Welcome to Quick Bytes, the lunchtime live stream with your tech integration specialist, Scott Conway. Going to jump right into the LearnPlatform, and where we're going to start right now is actually on my district's staff portal, because most of my staff will recognize this. In the upper right-hand corner of the staff portal, you'll see the student data privacy menu item. Click on that, it'll take you to this page, and this is where you can get the quick link to our LearnPlatform site. So you can literally just click on the CPS software application compliance listing. Now, for the rest of you that might be watching this outside of our organization, you're going to want to go right to the LearnPlatform, and you can start utilizing some of the free features. As an organization, you can enroll and use the freemium side of this, and you can also kind of pay a la carte for certain different features in the LearnPlatform. We kind of pick and choose what we use in this district, and you'll see some of that today, but I really just want to kind of orient people quickly to how to find something and navigate this site as a way to determine what is available to be used with regard to our EdTech software resources, whether or not it's being used and data is being collected, PII, personally identifiable information, with regard to student data privacy. And that's the biggest concern that we have lately among all the states really, is the student data privacy. So we are using this platform as a way to manage our EdTech resources, and that's what the LearnPlatform does, and it does it very well, and they're adding features to their platform all the time. So it's really great to see a vendor spend so much time on listening to their clients and incorporating some of their feedback into the way they develop their platform and move forward. So it's been really, really nice. We've been with them for probably over a year now, and I'm really happy and pleased with what I see. And I know we're just, catching the tip of the iceberg here in our use of the LearnPlatform, and I really hope that we expand its use as we move forward with it, and I think we will. So again, for the staff members that are in my district, the student data privacy page is on the staff portal in the upper right hand corner. That's how you can get down here. There is a screencast demo of the LearnPlatform, but we're also going to kind of show it to you today, and this is where we talk about kind of some of our student data privacy issues and concerns and protocols in our district, and there's the link right there. I'm going to jump right into it. This is what our portal looks like on the LearnPlatform. And you'll note I have some additional functions down under the menu in the left-hand side here. Those are administrative functions. You would not necessarily see those. Most teachers, most staff members, when they come to the LearnPlatform, are going to see products and probably community, and that's about it, because that's your access level to this. I have management access to the back end, which is where we kind of take care of and maintain all of these different software platforms. And I'm going to share that with you today. So you're looking at our district library right now. These are all of the software programs, platforms that we have in the district, and that have been requested to be used in our district. And this LearnPlatform allows us to manage and maintain all of this and provide insight to both our staff and our students and parents as to what we're using in our district, how it's being used. Is it approved for use? Is it pending approval? Does it collect personally identifiable information? Does it not collect personally identifiable information? And if there is a student data privacy addendum, you can see that through this. So this is the portal. It looks very similar to what the parents would see from a staff perspective. There's not much difference here, but I will bring your attention to the search bar at the top. this is going to be your friend because you do want to search through this. We have hundreds of applications, and you can see as I start to scroll down, it just continues on forever and ever. And as we add more software to this platform, this will only get more cumbersome and thorough. So I really would suggest that you use the search bar at the top. So I know we'll search for one. I'll just do this. This is an ad block software. You can see as I search in the bar at the top, it's going to pull this up. There is my Ad Block Plus. You can see right off the bat that it is approved for use. It's got the green bar. That means it's okay to use in our district. That only addresses whether or not, according to our protocols, this piece of software is allowed to be used or not. It says nothing with regard to the Student Data Privacy Agreement that our state law requires. It is just is it okay to use in our district or is it not okay to use in our district? The other option would be that it's pending, and it's meaning it's going through the process of being approved or not. So in this case, this software is approved for use, and if I want to get more detailed information about this one piece of software, I can come up and hover over it and I can click on Details. And when I click on Details, it's going to take me to this next screen, which will show you a little blurb about the actual software itself, usually from the vendor. And you can see right away at the top below the name, it's approved for use, which we already know. And then to the right of that, this is where you see the compliancy with regard to the student data privacy laws. And this one is compliant. Now, compliant means we have a data privacy agreement. There is an alternative to compliant, which is NPII. No personally identifiable information. Sorry, I had to spit that out. But the NPII means that this software doesn't collect any PII, so it's inherently compliant in that it doesn't collect it, so therefore it doesn't apply. So that's another, and I believe the icon is blue. That's another status that you could see here. This one says compliant, so it means we have an SDA, or a Student Data Privacy Agreement or Addendum. And as you scroll down, you can actually see it listed under Resources. And if I clicked on this, it would actually open up in a new tab, or actually it would open up on top of this, and this is our terms of service addendum that we have signed with the vendor to allow us to use that, and they've agreed to the state law and the requirements of Connecticut, at least, is the state that we are in. So that is just some quick information. Really, those three pieces of information is what we're utilizing the Learn platform most for right now. It is, do we allow it for use in the district? Is it compliant with the state laws? And if so, here is the actual document. We also show this actual document to the parents as a requirement per state law. We are required to do that. So this platform does that for us. It makes this whole entire library available to both our staff and our parents and students, so they can come in and they can kind of filter and sort as well. A couple other things I want to show other than just searching by the topic or the vendor up here is you may want to search sometimes by the vendor's name or the product, because as you can see as I type in Adobe, I have a ton of resources, a ton of platforms across the Adobe spectrum, and they all are approved for use as it looks here. Some of them are probably NPII, and some of them actually have a signed data privacy addendum. So you'd have to kind of go into the details and look and see. But another feature, and I'll clear this out, is these little filters at the below the search bar at the top here. Some of these have actually just been released. You see there's quite a few more, and we're not necessarily using them just yet, but I would like to use them in the future. I'll draw your attention to the first two here, approval status, and this is if you want to see what is approved for use and filter out everything else, you can do that. Maybe you want to just look and see what's pending. Maybe you're looking to add another piece of software and you want to know if it's already been requested. I would select pending, then I would come over here and click apply. And what it's going to do is it's going to quickly update this to only show me those pieces of software in the district right now that are of a pending status, which means somebody has already requested this software, so I don't need to submit another request. And as we go down, you can kind of see that's the extent of it. We have quite a few that are kind of in pending status, and right now our protocol is on hold because of situations outside of our control, but a lot of the software that is sitting here, either we haven't heard back from the vendor yet, or we haven't heard back from our curriculum department and they haven't really made a decision. And again, like I said, there's other circumstances that are kind of curtailing that process right now. But this is what we have currently pending. Now, likewise, I can clear this filter, come back out and say, all right, well, what is reviewed and denied? And click apply. And these pieces of software have already been through our software request protocol and have been denied. And now they could be denied for any of a couple different reasons. It either could be our district has said, no, we don't really want to utilize this software. We have something else that's an alternative and it works better, or we can roster through something else. Or so it's a district decision that we don't really want to promote this software platform. And then it could also be because of the vendor. The vendor has said, sorry, but we are not willing to sign your data privacy addendum. And as of right now, the state law says you need to follow the state law with regard to student data privacy. And if a vendor does not want to sign the terms of service addendum, well, then you can't enter into a contract with them, and therefore we can't utilize their services. So this is our current list right now of those that are reviewed and denied. And you can see there's some names on here that might surprise you, might not surprise you. But again, there's several different reasons why they could be reviewed and denied, and that would be up to the district and or the vendor. Now, I also want to show you the next one over, privacy status. We could take a look and see, well, what software don't collect personally identifiable information in our district. And we can take a quick look and see, okay, here's all the pieces of software that are approved and do not require or do not collect any type of personally identifiable information. And so, okay, they're free to use and they've been approved. Is it possible to have a software that is NPII, doesn't collect personally identifiable information and gets denied? Absolutely. Again, that might be the decision of the district. Even though they don't need a terms of service addendum for PII collection, we might still deny them, or they might still be on hold. Not too sure. So that is NPII. You could also look and say, all right, which ones are not compliant? And this would certainly tell us, okay, which ones are being denied because of the vendor. Now I can really tell you all of these here, these I don't know, 10 or 12 different pieces of software, 15, 16 different pieces of software. They have been denied because of the vendor. The vendor has told us we are not going to sign your terms of service agreement. Now, I have one that you could see is pending. The vendor has actually said no, and the district is still kind of holding out on it. And I can tell you that that's because the vendor has possibly agreed to sign our terms of service, but as of right now, it has been denied. We are trying to work with them to get them to agree to the terms of our state laws and the student data privacy. So this is just a dashboard to kind of give our staff and our parents and students an idea of what platforms are we using, what status are they in? Are they approved for use? And are they not approved for use, and why? Some of the other filters that you get going across to the right here: subject, grade level, platform, whether it's desktop, mobile, or web, the type of software or platform, as well as the grade level. I think we'll probably end up using that one. Some of these have been recently released or more recently released, and we didn't really start utilizing them from the start. So we would have to go back as a district now, and from the management side, I would select several pieces of software, and I would say these are all elementary, or these are all middle school or high school. And this is actually something our district has considered to help us further define where are these software platforms able to be used or should be used. So I could see us down the road possibly rolling out some grade level and just using these gross, pre-K or pre-K-12, it's for the entire district, or elementary, middle, high, or some combination thereof. We had already talked about doing that using the approved for use functionality that you see down here, but this grade level will probably let us do that as well. And platform, we may see this. We might start to classify things as either a mobile or web-based or solely desktop-based. There's certainly fewer pieces of software, software, desktop-based software these days. Most of it is actually web-based, but we could further clarify that way. Again, it would require us to go back and manage all of these pieces of software. We didn't necessarily do that from the start when we started using this platform a couple years ago, about a year and a half ago, but it is something we could do moving forward. So again, really quickly, this is just a way to kind of find what we are using in the district. There are some additional functions here where you can, if you hover over a product, you can actually click on the details. You can also grade it, and I'll show you what that means, because as I get in here, and this one's Adobe Acrobat Reader, it's both approved and compliant, which means we should have a data privacy agreement down below. You can actually come over to the feedback part here, and this would be for our staff who are actually utilizing this software. You can, well, that's not the one I wanted to show you. Grade, I'm sorry, there it is, grade. When you come into the grade functionality, you can actually review the software, and the LearnPlatform will give you points for actually grading their software, but it kind of just takes you through some questions, quick questionnaire on a scale type. What would you grade it on, this and that? It gives teachers the ability to kind of either promote the software or talk about some of the issues with the software for the benefit of other teachers. So we are a community of users, and if we go in and we grade these applications, we're giving feedback to other users that are utilizing the LearnPlatform that might benefit from your review. So that is one way that teachers can kind of curate a feedback system for these software. And I've gone in and I've done a couple over the past year and a half that I know I personally use, and I have been able to grade and give feedback to other users, because this platform, although it's the Cheshire Public School District library of resources, the grading functionality actually pushes out to other users across the state and across the United States that also use the LearnPlatform. They'll benefit from that feedback that we're providing. So if you have the opportunity and you feel like it, go in and just grade one of these platforms that you might use on a daily basis as a way to kind of give back and share your feedback with other teachers. So that is our LearnPlatform. Again, it is something that is available in our district from our staff portal. There is also a link on the main landing page of the staff portal, but it's linked in a couple different places. It's our EdTech management software platform that allows us to kind of curate what software we use in the district, and it allows us to maintain and stay compliant with our state law requirements and posting this listing to our parents as well. So thank you for joining me today. I don't see any questions that have popped up, so we'll hopefully catch you next time.